The purpose of this video is to help you familiarize yourself with some of the basic Microsoft Excel functions and navigating through Microsoft Excel. Let's start with figure 1-1 on page 3 of our textbook. There's a lot of basic information contained in this simple figure. I just want to bring a couple of these to your attention. Notice in the upper left-hand corner of Microsoft Excel we have what's called the Quick Access Toolbar. It's nice to know that we can easily customize the Quick Access Toolbar with the drop-down menu and simply clicking on any items that we want to add to that Quick Access Toolbar. And therefore it does exactly that, just giving us faster access to commonly used commands. In addition to that, if there's information that you want on this toolbar that goes beyond just these basic options, you can always click on the More Commands to add more to the Quick Access Toolbar. The next thing that I want to bring to your attention is the title bar. Anytime we save our files and give them a specific name, that name is going to pop up in the title bar. It's always nice to know exactly what the name of the worksheet you're working with happens to be. Not to mention the Help button here over on the right-hand corner of our spreadsheet. There's a lot of good content that a person can get from this Help button. So when in doubt, click on the Help. Next thing, of course, we have the tabs that run across the top of Excel. Each of the tabs contains something different. Most of the information on any of these tabs can be accessed in various ways. However, familiarizing yourself with some of the basic information on the different tabs will be helpful throughout the course. Next, let's take a look at the formula bar. If you click on the FX button or the function button, here you can easily see all of the different functions that Microsoft Excel will perform. If you're searching for a specific function, simply type in what you think the function might be. For example, if you're doing time value of money functions and looking for payment, if you're looking for the payment function, the PMT function pops up. Whenever the function pops up, it makes the commands a little bit easier when using the function arguments and filling in the various boxes rather than trying to type in all of the information without the function arguments. So we will use the formula bar and the function and function arguments very frequently during this class. The next thing to point out is referred to as the active cell. In this case, the cell that is active in this worksheet happens to be cell B5. It's almost like bingo, right? B5. Or in this case, if I were to click around, say right now, I happen to be in cell G2. From time to time, I will be very specific as to which cell I want you to be working in when going through the videos. Finally, we also have the different sheets available in the worksheet. If you look at the lower left-hand part of your screen, notice in this case I happen to be in sheet 1, now I'm in sheet 2, now I'm in sheet 3. By simply double-clicking on any one of these sheets, you can always rename them. So this could instead be Cash 1. Or you can rename them as you wish. In addition to that, it's also helpful to note that there's extra functionality if rather than left clicking, if you right click on any of these sheets, we have additional options available for the sheets. In this case, I could hide a sheet if I wanted to. I could change the color of a tab. Maybe in this case I want that color to be orange. I could protect the sheet and give it a password. I could do move or copy. We will use this throughout the class. Easy way to create or to test a worksheet without messing it up is to create a copy of that sheet, and then you can lay into it, do whatever you want to, test it, and if you change something and it's working or whatever, you can always come back and delete it and you still have the original worksheet. So the move or copy command is very useful. In this case, I happen to just rename the worksheet. I could delete the worksheet here as well, or I could insert a new worksheet. So keep in mind that right-clicking on the worksheet tab is a very functional and helpful way to navigate and use Microsoft Excel. Another item that I want to bring to your attention, and I'll give you a quick example. If I typed in 1, 2, 3, in this case, if I highlight or select those 3 cells, notice down towards the bottom of the spreadsheet, here we have some additional features. Just by highlighting any information within a spreadsheet, here it's telling me that the average of the items that I have highlighted, the average value is 2. There's a total of 3 of them that have been highlighted, and the total happens to be, or the sum happens to be 6. It sure makes it a whole lot easier to just select those items than rather having to make the actual calculations. In addition to that, if I want quick access to some of the information on the bottom, I can change that by simply right-clicking, and there I could add the maximum or minimum or numerical count or some of these other functions down here at the bottom just to get a little more or a little additional information very quickly when using Excel. As with any Microsoft product, there's multiple ways of accomplishing a single task. In this case, notice that I've typed in the numbers 1 and 2. If I wanted to copy these numbers, I could simply highlight them and right-click and say copy, right-click again, and click on paste. There I've copied and pasted an item. However, other ways to copy, let's see, in this case, let's just say that I want to copy the number 1 over and over again. Here, what I just did was use the what's called the autofill handle. When anytime you hover over the lower right hand section of a cell and it turns into the kind of like that crosshair, or what's called the autofill handle. Simply click and drag, and it's going to copy that information to the cells that you want it to show up. Now, in addition to that, Microsoft Excel is smart, and so it can identify the sequencing of information. In this case, 1, 2, obviously the next number to show up should probably be 3. Microsoft knows that, so if I use that autofill handle, I can simply take it and drag it down, and it automatically fills those numbers in. In addition to that, another way to copy and paste is rather than right-clicking and doing the copy function, I could go up here at the top and click on copy, and then click on the paste function once something is copied. Another way to do it is doing the Control-C, click down, and go Control-V. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to navigate and to accomplish different tasks within the Excel environment. One of the things that you will find, though, is that using the autofill handle is going to be very, very helpful in this class. Let me give you one more example of Microsoft understanding sequencing. Let's say I type in January, February, and I want to do this for the whole year. Once again, Microsoft Excel recognizes January and February as months, and so if I want to copy that down, there we have it. It understood the sequence that was supposed to take place. So once again, there's lots of ways to accomplish a single activity or function within Excel. I've just showed you some of the basics for a copy and paste, and remember, the autofill handle can be especially useful. Another helpful shortcut that I like to use a lot of times is using the control arrow key. Now in this case, if I click the control and the downward arrow button, it takes me to the bottom of the range of information that I have on my spreadsheet. Sometimes spreadsheets can get to be many pages long, and so therefore by using that control arrow key up and down or sideways can help you to navigate through a spreadsheet much more efficiently. Now if I do the control downward arrow key again, it takes me all the way down to the very end of Microsoft Excel. So notice in this case we can see that Microsoft has a capacity of 1,048,576 lines of data. So not that we really need that information right now, but the point is using the control arrow key to navigate around is a nice shortcut to help us move through spreadsheets. That concludes the general introduction to navigating Microsoft Excel. Let me just say that the more you use this program, the more familiar you will become with it, and the easier it will make your future assignments. So I encourage you to try to use some of the different shortcuts I've just showed you, and to spend as much time as you can with this program, in which it will certainly help you on your future assignments. I wish you the best in the class, and I will speak with you again soon in some of the coming videos.